Welcome to another episode of Big Ego Media. Been a long time coming. Got a special guest, goes by the name of Clue. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. How was the journey down today?
Yeah, good journey down today, Had to do like a stop-off studio, a video, a new song for my daughter called Myla, but that's touching down very soon, so yeah. But
Okay,
yeah,
so we're
productive.
active in the studio right now.
Always active, bro. It's a hobby, do you know what I mean?
Nah, I hear it, I hear it.
Yeah.
But as we always do with Big Ego Media, we like to go all the way back from the start. Let us know where you're from, where did you grow up?
Southwest London, Wandsworth Borough, Roehampton, Southfields, Wandsworth, Clapham Junction, all falls under the same umbrella. Yeah, that's the backlog, you get me, on the area.
What's your background?
Mother's white, blessed mother. Father's Jamaican.
Yeah. Did you grow up in a household with both your parents there? Did you have siblings?
Nah, I didn't, single parent. My sister's 9 years younger than me.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So just there's only you two.
me and my mum, yeah. Me and my mum.
Okay, I hear it. So where was dad? Was he about? Did you know him? Did he come around?
He was about doing his thing. Never really checked in. Do you know what? I say that he was present at my birth, but then other than that, yeah, he wasn't really present.
Do you think that ever affected your trajectory in life?
100%.
In what way would you say?
I think any male needs a father figure. I think it can mold you to, grow up the right way. Maybe leave certain activities alone. Maybe, if you've got the discipline from somebody that you would grow up to respect as your father, you'd probably mature differently.
And in terms of your mum, she wasn't much of a disciplinarian.
My mum was, she was a tough white woman, but also loving, very much caring. Do you get what I'm saying? Couldn't rate my mother highly enough. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah.
So talk us through the neighborhood you actually grew up in.
I actually grew up in, I would say, because forget being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and all that. Roehampton, Lennox Estate.
Okay.
I would say that was where my path was kind of structured from.
And what boroughs were Roehampton? Is that Kingston?
That's Wandsworth Borough.
Wandsworth as well. Okay.
Yeah, Wandsworth Borough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was you in terms of behavior and in school?
I think I was always the loud kid, good at sports, good at activities, running very fast, football, but just, I believe I was humble, I think I was a kind person, man, like, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Did you want to be a footballer?
I did.
Yeah.
I definitely did, yeah.
Because you're one person at least I can have proof of. Because a lot of times I get people in here, they're like, I was a baller. I've seen you play though. You got the credentials.
Likewise, my brother.
Who was your team supporting?
Always supported Chelsea. My mum's a Chelsea fan, so naturally just followed her steps.
No, I hear it. And did you ever get any close to getting scouted? Did you play districts?
Yeah, I played for a club called Sheen Lions when I was little. Then went on to play for Millwall. Then went on to play for like semi-pro clubs, Sutton United, Harrow Borough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of played at the semi-pro level for a while.
So at which age would you say the streets kind of, before we get that, what about education-wise? What was you, top set, middle, struggled, needed extra support?
Got my GCSEs in secondary school, but I was always someone more on the practical side. Like I'm someone that needs to read things over a couple times for it to lodge in. Pause on that, but yeah. So read things a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my GCSEs and stuff.
So when did you get kind of a grips of the roads?
Road life, I would say, like I said, from like 13, 14, I was dabbling in road activities. If you want to talk about being around drug selling, being around people who had a kind of name or reputation for drug selling and stuff like that. So from that age onwards, I would say it kind of showed me a new path.
Did your mom kind of notice the change in your behavior at the time?
Yeah, do you know what? Looking back now as a grown man, I got nothing but respect for my mom, for her patience, because to be fair, I was probably a nightmare, bro. Like, And then going back to the question you asked earlier, I feel like not having a father present, it was kind of not easier, because it definitely wasn't easier, but my mum's my mum, bro. When I get to a certain age and I feel like I'm the man or a man in my household, you know what I'm saying? I'm outside. If I want to be outside, I'm outside.
Did she
Them days
ever?
of telling me, when the street lights come on, you come home, them days was done. So from 13, like I said, I was kind of outside. So my mum kind of obviously tried her best to, I went and lived with my peoples over in Shepherd's Bush for a while to try, and my mum thought, you know, maybe her friends could help me to develop and show me how life's supposed to be. But again, I was just already set in my ways.
Did she ever kind of reach out to your dad and say, "Look, we're having trouble here"? Like, did he ever, let's say, okay, cool, or did he jump on the phone?
You know what? The one time, and I always bring up my mum, and I think it's something that it's PTSD. The one time my mum reached out to my father was on some disciplinary thing. I remember I got expelled from school. I got suspended from primary. Then I got expelled from secondary in like year 7, year 8. And I remember I came home. Remember, I don't see my father. I came home and my father was there with a belt. And that was when I knew about the belt thing. And that's when that made me hate him even more. I think that secretly being open on this interview, like, that's probably what made me have a little hatred towards my mum for a time.
Yeah.
Because like, you made this happen. Do you get what I'm saying? He wouldn't have been there if you didn't make it happen. So, but yeah. She done what she had to do, I suppose.
I hear it. And what was your first kind of encounter with the law? Because you said you're 12, 13, 14.
Yeah. 14. I remember it like yesterday. I remember racism on my estate. I remember a man throwing out some slander, some racist talk, and the man then just kicked off his door and ran up in there and had a little fun in there. You get what I'm saying? But I remember the next morning. Remember at school, 14.
Yeah.
Up early, getting ready to go to school. Police knock at the door, arrested. Was it ABH charge or something silly? But again, tap on the wrist and yeah.
Did you, when you first got arrested, was it a sense of, well, sometimes we're so fickle as young people, we say, oh, a badge of honor, I've been arrested now as well. Or was it, shit, oh my God, I'm scared, I've been arrested?
Wasn't scared because, like I said, I feel like at that age I was kind of on my own path and my own journey. It was more, I've experienced it now. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear the conversations from my peers or people older than me. So now I've experienced it. So I had the conversation to have. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't fear. It was more, I was more intrigued. Like, oh, what happens now? Like, well, where do we go from here? Yeah, you come down to the station, mate. And oh yeah, what happens then? And I was inquisitive.
No, I hear it. So people from your borough that was very prominent at the time, So Solid, did you always know about them? Because I know you guys got affiliation, but at the time when you was growing up, were there people that you kind of were just aware of, and how did the connection happen?
So for me, yeah, I was a fan of So Solid's movement, like radio days, the Light FM. I think Supreme FM was even before the Light, but when it was to the Light FM 103, I was someone that would lock in regular. Them days that I think, remember we used to have the voicemails, keep a voicemail, you have like a Romeo 16 or Asher D 16 or a Mega Man 16. So I was a fan first. And when I made the link with Megs, that was when it became more of a reality. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, rolling and that.
Did they touch base through the music? Because at that point, had you started making music at that point?
Nah, I hadn't made music at that point. I was DJing. I was doing stuff like DJing. I was always DJing. That was another hobby of mine.
What are you saying? DJ Clue, UK?
It was clueless. If I'm gonna be honest with everybody, it was clueless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was DJing, and I think I used to go on the Light FM and DJ. Stepper D, shout out Stepper D. Shout out Tuza. These are some of the people I would do like my sets with, even down to the SLK clash with Nasty Crew. I was DJing at that. I'd do sets with Crazy Titch and J2K, Raw Mission. They might not remember it and remember me for being that DJ, but I was actually active on that circuit, I can't lie.
So did you grow up doing grime?
Grime, garage and grime, yeah. Obviously, I would kind of do the shout out Fonty because, you know, he introduced me to mixing bashment in with rap tunes and in man sets. So man was kind of doing a madness.
So who was you kind of listening to musically growing up, and genres? Also, you heard your garage and grime. Who from at that point, but who else was you listening to in terms of overall your music selection?
I would listen to like who was I locked into? US music, a lot of Styles P, Jada Kiss, Obviously, when 50 came around, 50 was being played. Wu-Tang was being played. Tupac, Biggie was being played. Nas was being played. Jay-Z was being played. Like, these are the people I would listen to on a rap side, as well as my UK garage side, grime side. That would be my rap kind of category.
And when did you start transitioning then from doing sort of the grime garage and then moving to doing rap yourself?
Bro, I started rapping late, bro. 25 or something like that. Because what it was for me, I was DJing so much that my people around me was always MCing and rapping,
Yeah.
which I was intrigued by, like, raw, like, so I'd be in my yard writing my little rhymes and trying to perfect my little skill that I thought I had. And it wasn't until like a year I got to like my mid-20s, I was like, no, let me have a go. Like, I love music. I've always loved music. I was like, let me try and see if I can write some bars and go record
Is that
something.
also because you saw the transition of UK moving from grime and moving everyone going road rap? You thought, okay, cool. If that's the angle everyone's doing, that looks like where I should start doing it as well.
No, I would say I never followed. I wasn't really a follower in that sense. I was a fan of people, what they was doing.
Yeah.
But rapping, if I remember correctly, Swiss was my inspiration. Like,
Yeah.
when I heard Swiss rapping and I would see Swiss rap bars on bars in the ends, like it was effortless, that was like, yo, like, yeah, I think I can do this rap thing. I think them days it was people like Sway, Skinny Man, Mike GLC. I'm not trying to forget anybody, but yeah, when I was hearing these guys, these people before me, they probably was a sly little inspiration. I would have to say that, because I wouldn't say I followed them, I want to be like them, but it made me say to myself, well, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I've been, I know about music, I know about BPM speeds when it comes to mixing, and so yeah, I just picked up the pen, bro.
And at that time as well, when you started picking up the pen, did you feel, I guess, nervous to show people, yo, guys, I'm rapping now? Or did you say, I know I'm cold anyway, so people are going to fuck with it anyway?
Bro, I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah.
I was with, shout out my brother Shade, shout out Juvie. These were a couple of man's little brothers. We was like the three from our block that would do music and be known for like, oh yeah, them man, they're rapping, rare tear. And other of my peers would do it, but not as serious as us. But no, I never was scared of it, bro. It was just more like, I embraced it. Like, yeah, I don't even know if them times I'd be saying I rap, but it was just like, yeah, like, I do music kind of thing.
When did you kind of start noticing, oh, I'm getting a buzz here, people are talking about me?
That wasn't until like probably the Ghost track. No, I might be telling a lie. If people know about, I did a song called UK. My first song was called UK
Yeah.
with Juvie. We put that out, and at a time where rap music wasn't being, other than the names I've mentioned before, who had clout and who was doing their thing, no one really looked at UK rap like to endorse it.
Yeah.
So when we put out UK, a lot of people would see me in the stream like, yo, like, yeah, I like that UK stream, and oh yeah, cool. And then that led me onto Ghost. And when I did Ghost, that was when I saw like my area predominantly be like, yo, yeah, you're cold, bro. That tune's cold, and went from there.
Before we continue, where did the name Clue or Clueless come from?
I think I was just clueless as a child, bro. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know if I suffer from ADHD
Yeah.
and certain things, but I say that to say, yeah, I just wasn't really. I was slow to pick things up, you know. Like I had a weird outlook on life. Like laugh about a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't laugh at. So yeah, I was a very peculiar individual, bro. So I just think, yeah, I was a clueless shoot. My brethren always used to say it to me, bro. Like, you know, like when I'd sit on my decks, I'd buy my Technic 1210s, wouldn't know how to set them up. Yo, bro, you're just a clue, bro. You're clueless, bro. You don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. And I would always ask, like, how do you do X?
Do you know what? I think you said there because you ADHD, because my missus, I don't know where you should listen to this, babe. You're not a doctor, but she keeps saying, I think you got ADHD. Because not that I can't do it, is that I ain't got the patience. Like, got all the instructions, and she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna pay someone to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So I don't know. So maybe it's just the lack of patience that come with it as well.
Bro, lack of patience, lack of everything, bro. No chill, bro. And we'll get into that, I'm sure, at some point in an interview when it comes to certain things. But I just think I always grew up, like I said, just being, remember, no father figure, no older brothers, no older cousins. Small family. Who's showing me anything? Who's telling me how to do things?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the streets for the answers. So I'm only going to learn the wrong answers in the streets.
And there's a point, I may be wrong on this. I think, was it someone went to sign you because the buzz was so amazing at the time. Like, can you talk us through that?
Yeah, when it came to the signing, that was Rock Nation, Jay-Z, shout out Memphis Bleak.
Yeah.
But
How'd that come about?
the real answer, I suppose we can talk in it because, you know, we're legit people now. But I used to, a friend of mine from the States who was living over here, he was into trees. So I would help him out. And then he used to say one time, like, oh yeah, Memphis Bleak's a friend of his. I used to think he's talking nonsense. Then one day he's called me, I pulled up on him, and Memphis Bleak's in his yard.
So,
Got to talking to Memphis Bleak. I had a studio at that time in Acton. Took him over there, made him hear a couple songs, and then he was kind of like, yo, like, yeah, I like what I'm hearing, bro. And he kind of asked me like, oh, what's your plans for tomorrow? I was like, no plans. He said, like, link me tomorrow at the hotel. And he was in, I think it's K West in Bush. Linked him there, and he was like, yeah, roll with me to the Jay's over. He's got a concert at Alexandra Palace. This is 2009.
yeah.
So I was like, cool. Like, I was like, can I bring a couple of my people? He's like, yeah, of course. I phoned a couple of the man them. We went over there, got to meet Jay, got to meet Beyonce, got to have a brief conversation of more like Jay-Z saying to me, like, Bleaks told me a couple of things. I'm saying, you know, I kept it. Even though Jay-Z's someone like, you know, yo, bro, I used to play your music, like, standing in front of you talking about music, but I just kept it stand-upish, like, salute. But yeah, and then he was just like, cool, man, like, if anything, if it figures out, let's get you over January times. Let's have a sit down, like, no problem. That then went on from me and Bleak becoming closer and talking about things. And then I went to jail that January.
And you lose a connection immediately as well.
Lost the connection with the whole kind of, not Bleak, because I still chat to Memphis Bleak till this day.
Yeah.
But lost the connection of obviously what was about to transpire.
Because of buzz at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, talk us through that stage of going into prison. Was that the first time you went to prison?
First time. I kind of went late, yeah.
What happened?
I went to prison late, man. Definitely went late. Like, you know, a lot of people go Feltham, they catch it early. I caught it late, so I had an amazing run.
So that bird that I met you in Highdown, was that your first one?
What year was it?
That's 013. I was there, yeah, I was in Highdown 013.
That's my second, so that was my second run.
Okay.
So I came out and went straight back in. That's when I
Okay.
think I linked up with yourself, yeah.
Why did you go in?
My first one was kidnapping firearms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you go guilty?
Plea bargain. Plea bargain. Got a plea bargain. They never found the machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you end up doing?
Got a 4-2.
Cool. And then immediately back in, how long?
Came out on license for like a month, caught a new charge, went back in for a 4-2.
Yeah.
Came out for about 6 weeks, caught another 4-2. So it felt like I did 6 years of my life, even though there might have been a month gap here,
Because you was with us again with Zeph in
100%.
Rochester.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I think that was
point-
2014.
2014, yes, because that's where I got my DCAT from still.
Yeah.
So I remember at the time that seeing you, because obviously I grew up in Peckham, but seeing you, and I remember people doing the comparisons with you and Gigs. Was you getting that a lot at the time as well?
I was.
Because of the deep and maybe laid back flow?
Yeah, I was.
And how did you take to that?
In all honesty, Giggs is somebody that we have to give him the praise of saying he was doing it from early. Because like I said, I started music 2008. I'd like to say 2009, but definitely 2008-ish, as in putting out music.
Yeah.
I believe Giggs was doing it before that, so praise him for doing what he was doing from early. But yeah, I feel like my talking voice is my talking voice, my rapping voice is my rapping voice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I copied. A lot of people that maybe didn't know me would obviously throw that, he's copying Giggs, and I understand, I can see why you would say that. But for me, nah, I was being unique to myself.
Yeah.
But I can understand it.
I may be wrong here, but I always kind of feel like I saw a clip with Spray, and of course he was mentioned again, kind of thing. But I may be wrong here. I always feel as if there's some kind of underlying thing that we don't know about. Because last time, I remember one time it was your birthday, a few years ago on Instagram, I saw that he'd wish you happy birthday. Has it ever been kind of an issue there that we're not aware of? Or what would you call it?
I would call it, from my point of view, Giggs tried to help me on my music career.
Yeah.
On my path, on my journey. He reached out. due to the fact I was in jail with one of his brothers.
Okay.
Shout out YG. But he reached out and tried to help me on my music journey. And I'll say, you know, due to certain unforeseen circumstances or foreseen circumstances, I just couldn't allow myself to take the help that was at hand, if that makes sense. Am I talking in riddles? But,
Very much riddles.
Long story.
Being from the street, is it because of other things that
Street activities. There
Yeah.
were certain street activities that maybe took place.
that had nothing to do with you two per se, but other
No.
people, and then
Yeah,
just that you couldn't?
Yeah, I'm somebody, like I said, bro, like my character, although it can be deemed as being maybe ignorant or arrogant, I'm somebody that I would say is loyal. Like if you're loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. It goes both ways. And I was around people that was loyal to me, so I'd be loyal to them.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody, but there was individuals that I had love for that I know it goes both ways.
Yeah.
So when Gigs was reaching out, I'd got nothing against Gigs, and I praise Gigs for reaching out because that's the sign of respect right there.
Yeah.
Someone trying to help you on your journey. He asked me to come to certain shows. You know, I politely declined. He tried to get me on certain features. I politely declined. But it was like he was trying to help, and I salute that. But because of certain things in the streets, it didn't sit well with me.
I mean, I can understand that when you're young and in that frame of mind, but as you've now got later on in life, everyone's grown up, do you look back in hindsight and say, you know what? I should have just done it and my people would understand, because you know what? It's about music and someone who I don't know is actually reaching out, trying to support and help me go along the way. In this age now,
Don't
you
get
look
it twisted. There was people around me that was telling me to make the move, make it happen. And then, you know, there would be people around me saying it's not the right thing to do. And for me, as a man, I would always sit on principles and morals.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. As much as I ain't got no problem with my man, and he's reaching out, you know, showing mad respect. You know what I'm trying to say? He's trying to shine the light on my career, and he's someone that's got a great career. It just didn't sit well with me morally. So even though I've got older and time's gone by, I can still hold my head high knowing that I believe I just did what was morally correct.
Okay, cool. Let's say it was morally correct at that point. We're now in 2024. Giggs reaches out and say, yo, I got a new project landing. Clue, this is the last time I want to ask you, but you know what?
Yeah.
Let's make a track together. Is that something you will politely decline again or say, you know what? I'm too old for the street politics now. I'm a grown man, I'm my own man, and I'll do my own thing. Or, you know what? I'm loyal to the soil. Tough question.
Do you know? No, it's not. It's a good question, because the reality is, I've told Gigs we should work. We should work. Like, we should, because I've realized that music is this thing of like, when you've got good rappers, you want to see them work together. I believe. I always like to see good rappers work with each other. Now, am I contradicting myself by saying that I would want to work with him? I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit, or maybe, like you said, I'm getting older to the point where I see things differently now. Who knows which one it is?
Would you reach out?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay, I hear that. I respect that, man. I respect
would.
that. So, where do you think your music or your career would have been now had you not have been getting in and out of jail? Where do you think you would sit? Because there's people who have had the status, and some of them are not going to jail as well, but you got, I can say from that era, you got the K. Cokes, the Joe Blacks, the Squeaks, and so on. I mean, a lot of them all went to jail and stuff as well. Where do you think you would have been had you not gone to jail? Do you think you'd have just been still making music to the point that where you would have been signed and so on? Or do you think you'd just been, I guess, doing kind of what you're doing now kind of thing?
I feel like, I suppose the typical answer would be for me to tell you, like, yeah, man, I'd be signed, I'd be gone. But the reality is, we don't know. I feel like I'm a good rapper. I feel like I've got better over time. I feel like I'm someone that's made a lot of mistakes with my song selection, because I was always just wanted to feed the streets music, and I put out a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, if I didn't go to prison, I feel like the Jay-Z thing would have definitely happened.
Yeah.
And then who knows from there, I might have been someone that could have got a deal and burned out, you know? So who knows which way it would have gone.
When you look at the money that's in music now,
Yeah.
do you look at it in the sense of, you know what, we paved the way for these young people's achievement? Or you look at that, oh, fuck these kids, man. Why are they getting the bag that we didn't get? Like, we put in the work and these kids are here now getting £1 million contracts and so on. We were the originators.
Could never say that because that's just what life is. It's a cycle, bro. We would, just because we was on a journey first doesn't mean that they're not entitled to their journey.
Yeah.
And salute to all the kids younger than us doing their thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, salute to them. But it's how it goes. Like, I never look at things like that and feel like, oh, we should, because it just wasn't our, it was, if it didn't happen for a reason. So the money that's in it now, I'm happy that these kids that have probably got more gang issues than I ever had, can make a way for their families to provide for them and stuff like that. I think it's a blessing that they should cherish.
I mean, you just touched on something there. Do you think the kids of today's gang issues are worse than what we ever had? Or is it because the internet and social media and camera phones?
Well, that's, I think, what makes it worse is the social media element to it. Because someone disrespects you on social media, sorry, that's different to, as in our day, there's no social media. It was pull up on my estate, we'll have a fight. You might get 1 or 2 men that bring a knife. Maybe then machines started coming into play. But now, no one's coming to have a fight no more. People are scared to fight. Look in prison all the time. So much people that are supposedly top dogs or whoever they are on their block, or, you know, known for their hammer play, getting punched up regular because they don't know how to use their hands. So I would say to any kids, go boxing classes, know how to throw your hands. And it also can teach you some composure, some discipline and stuff like that. So yeah, I think today is worse than our day.
And then going back to kind of the area, because I remember when I was in HMP ISIS, I was on B-Wing Meridian, and then just basically run by SUK at the time. So what was your kind of affiliation with those guys? So I think who was there at the time was Asmin, who was there? Schema,
Schema,
Munch,
yeah. Shout out
A
Munch, yo.
Kid. That was all of my wing. I got a lot of love for A Kid as well, cool guy.
Yeah. Shout
And
out to
who's the white kid, the white guy? They came and played in my tournament recently, him and A Kid. Not Harvey.
White guy.
Yeah.
Played in the tournament recently.
Last year, I played them and he came.
I'm not sure who that is.
Forgive me. I forgot your name. Forgive me, but
Big him up
cool
though,
people.
yeah.
Big him up. Yeah, they were the same. But yeah, how did that link up with them come? Because they're a little bit younger, right?
The SUK link up, like I said, it goes back to loyalty, principles. If you're my brother, I got you to the end, vice versa. So Reeps is my little brother. I say he's a grown man.
Yeah.
So excuse me if I say my little brother, but he'll know what I mean by that phrase. That's my brother. Love him to death. And what you find is, when you cherish somebody like that, and whatever they're going through, you're kind of going through it as well.
Yeah.
Differently, obviously. You know, if he's in the thick of it, on a road sense, I'm older than him, so I might be in my house, I might be doing different activities, but if I get a phone call to say maybe something happened, or I'm still going to be upset about it or feel away about it, because naturally, regardless that we grow old, we still maintain who we are.
Yeah.
Just at different ages, right? So the SUK thing, when Reeps was around me a lot more, naturally him being an SUK member, people would look at me as being an SUK member. And I can understand that. You know, if you see a man with a man, pause, you think, oh, he's in that. He's in that. So that's how that would probably have came about. But the reality is, that was just my brothers.
I always thought you was from Junction. Today's the first day I found out you wasn't from Junction. I don't know that, so in my head all the time for your clue from Junction. But you kind of repped Junction as well, kind of, because it's Wandsworth Borough, I guess, isn't it?
Then it goes down with like the whole Wandsworth Borough thing. I'm someone that represents, I've always repped, from my music, you always hear me talk about the borough. And the reason I do that is because, like I just mentioned, from Roehampton down to Clapham Junction, we're all one. Naturally, as you grow older, cool, some people might break away and do whatever they want to do. That's cool, but there's still a core there that is going from top to bottom.
I see an interview that Mega Man done, and he said that Wandsworth Borough is probably one of the only boroughs where the majority of the borough get along. Maybe just one area that no one gets along with. But
That's a fact, bro. You don't see that. You don't see that in too many places.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their issues or their problems, but on a whole scale, you don't really see that.
Yeah.
And we had that. Do you get what I'm saying? We still have that. So repping Junction for me was more a case of that's my brothers. Wow. So you know that you've been to prison, so you can understand the terminology that I'm about to use. If someone approaches you and says, "Well, you're from Junction," and you know that the bass in his voice, his demeanor, his purpose of asking you that is for you to see, is for him to see. If you're going to say no, and cower away from something, or be like, yeah. So I was always like, yeah, bro, what's good? What's up? I'm not the baddest man, I know that, but I'm not a coward.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to quiver from a man trying to check me on, are you from here? So I'll tell him, man, I'm from there, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like if a man tell me what's your brother, that's my brother, what's good?
Yeah.
And it sounds arrogant, it sounds immature. We've all been immature, we've all been arrogant. We grow up. But then, of course, it was on my back. It's still on my back today. My brothers are still from Junction, whatever what age you want to talk about. You get what I'm trying to say? So if a man asks me, is who from Junction? I'm going to tell him, yeah, bro.
Now, and what I respect is that I remember when I done my first ever football tournament, and it's funny because I said it to the guys from Hackney as well. Because where I don't know the who's who from where and so on. I think I was so, when I was in jail for all that time, I was so kind of entrenched in my own mind. I don't know what's going on the roads. I don't know who's who and so on, right? And I'll invite people from London Fields and people from Hotman and people like, Bobby, you mad? You crazy? What are you doing? So when I did my first football tournament, I remember I invited you, then I invited Tef as well. And I didn't know there's any issue. This would be me not knowing kind of thing. But I remember I spoke to both of you. You guys, no, we got love and respect for you, Bobby. Like, nothing happened. You guys are on the same team and you kind of got along. Was it tense that day, or do you think that you just knew, like, yeah, I'm on a football vibe and it's never kind of been that thing?
Bro, Tef's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and when I say Tef's cool, it's like, I know where Tef's from or what he represents.
Yeah.
He knows what I represent. So for me, in a music sense, all right, you represent that, cool. I'm gonna talk to you about that, bro. Like, so people would always like see me maybe referencing Tef, or me and Tef ain't got no personal beef, no personal agenda. We pulled up at your football thing, I saw Tef.
Yeah.
We spoke. Let's have it right. Like, I'm not gonna fear young Steph, man.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
No, but just in the sense that I'm trying to say in regards to young people watching now, is that people from areas that don't get along can actually go to an event where they're all together and say, you know what, we can respect and just be cool. Whereas some people might be like, because there's a lot of people cancelled because of different reasons. They'll say, oh, I ain't gonna come there because you got hold your funds there. Oh, I'm not gonna come there because this. But I'm like, wow, like it's just football. It's a charity. It's for kids and stuff like that. So for you to do that, the point I'm saying that with both of you guys to show respect and come down was showing grownness basically. So let's touch a bit more controversy then. So RIP Cadet. That was someone that showed you a lot of love. I mean, tell us about you guys' kind of relationship, how you guys met and know each other.
Rest in peace, Cadet, man. How did me and Cadet first meet? Trying to think how we actually. I can't think of how we first met. But what I can remember is, however we did, it was over music, and it was over knowing he knew of who I was, and I say that in respectfully, in the sense of not like I'm somebody, but he embraced of you're cold. I think that's how it started, if I'm not mistaken. I told him, bro, you know what I'm saying, he heard the same back from me, you're cold. What's good? Like, and then from there it was just a case of, we then became to be on the phone, conversations on the phone, mainly about music, mainly about because his career was always higher than my career. He was gonna be the guy up there. And he would maybe give me pointers on like how to how to move, how to do the music, how to get through it. Because I would always struggle with how to separate the two, the streets and the music. Whereas he would always try and give me pointers on like, you can't look at that like this and this like that. So yeah, I can't remember how we met, but when we did, we clicked. That was my brother. And I say that to say he came to my headline show, performed. We had a couple of videos together where we turned up. You know, some people, you always say like, oh, this guy was on the song, didn't pull up for the video shoot, or I never had an issue with Cadet like that. We would go to Crep's birthday, Manchester, we're rolling there together kind of thing, as in, obviously we'd go on the coach, Crep would handle all of that, but we would link, roll there, go to the coach. That was my brethren. That was my brethren.
And how did you kind of, when you heard the news about his passing, like where was you? And like,
Bro, I remember I was in Barcelona, and I remember I had got a voice note from Vic, and I got a call from Mega to say like, bro, news. And when they wrote the news down to me, I just remember sitting there, nah, this can't be. You know, like, I hope it don't sound cliche, but that's what you actually feel like, nah, this can't be. And then you research it, and then when you see it, it's just like, wow, like, you had so much more to do. You know? So rest in peace, Cadet, and praise to his family.
so from, I guess, the back of that, there's a situation, I think Crypt went to Birmingham, people tried to steal his chain or something like that, but I can't remember if that's the right thing, but then something about you leaked a message between you and Crypt that kind of went on socials. Tell us about it, what actually happened?
Bro, the reality is, somebody that I thought was one of my peoples clearly isn't. Because at the end of the day, the relationship I've always had with Crypt since probably 2009, 10, we've always been kind of, he reached out when we was cool, we was locked in from then. So fast forward to what you're talking about. I remember I'm in a group chat with a few of the man them, and I remember like what's happened. I reached out to him. I've heard like, yo, you good? He's told me he's good and all that. I said, cool. Now some people might not like the fact that I have a relationship with certain people. So when I'm in my group chat with my people, and some people in there might be a little bit bitter, in the sense of like, oh, I heard this happened. I heard that happened. I heard man was running around scared. I'm the guy that's kind of like, nah, bro, he's good. It didn't happen like that. What are you talking about? That's not facts. Just spoke to him. He's good. And I feel like my back was up because it's like, I know why my brethren is saying that. Because I know you don't really like the relationship that I've got with certain men. You get what I'm trying to say? Pause. But so what I did, which was a mistake now, but I didn't think it was when his voice noted me, remember?
Yeah.
I forwarded the message into the group like, bro, does this sound like a person that's under threat, panicking? Does it sound like a person that's in fear for his life? What are you talking about? Listen to the voice note, bro. Man's calm. Because it was a calm voice note. Yo, bro, yeah, man sorted it, but mad thing, you get me? Boom, boom. So the response I got from the group when I sent him was like, oh, for real? Oh, yeah, nice, sounds calm still. Yeah, I told you, bro. Went to sleep that evening, woke up the next morning. Before I could even get to phone Crep's phoning my phone. Yeah. Yo, bro. And respectfully again, like I said, like, yo, bro, that conversation that we had, you didn't, like, it sounds dumb, but it's like you didn't even want to ask, and I was confused as to, like, was he about to ask me, like, like, you didn't put that out, did you? Bear in mind, though, I'm on my phone and I'm seeing messages coming in about things from my group chat. Yeah. So I'm saying, let me call you back. If I remember correctly, I told him to call you back. Went into my group chat, had a conversation with certain people to find out. A man said to me, yeah, bro, sorry, my bad. I sent that thing to somebody and then I think it's gone around, you know? So naturally, yes, I'm in the wrong because I shouldn't have forwarded that message into the group chat, but there's a reason as to why I forwarded that message into the group chat. It has nothing to do with trying to pop down Crep to someone that's came to the studio with me, jumped on a song with me. Yeah. Again, another good rapper and another popular rapper that's trying to shine light on my career. If people know me, they know I'm not that way inclined. I can understand how it may look to people that don't know me because they hear all the propaganda, they hear all the accusations, and they think I'm some type of way. But the reality is, that's what happened, that's how it transpired. Yeah. So I phone Crep back, I reassured him that, bro, it's gonna sound crazy, you know, because he's aware that there used to be tension and certain problems between his set of friends and mine. Yeah. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, that knows. So I reassured him that, bro, a man's done me dirty basically and forwarded it to someone, I don't know why, but I've only put it in my group chat to let people know that you're cool. Yeah. You're not in no threat for your take it how you will. And that's how it transpired, bro.
And after that, how was the relationship?
To be fair, after that, I didn't I didn't hear from Crypto again, you know, because I know how they're viewing it, bro. I know how you're viewing it, but what I'm not gonna do is plead. And what am I pleading with? I'm not gonna plead with you to be like, yo, bro, like, what, we can't be cool. I'm not that way inclined, bro.
So from that day till now, you guys have never spoken again?
No, we haven't spoken. We haven't spoken. When I phoned him back and I told him how it went down, he was like, nah, I get it. His words, not mine. I get it. Say no more. Or yeah, nah, I'm calm. And like, obviously, yeah, like, if that's what they've done, that's what they've done. But I just knew, like, because I know the past, I know how it looks, bro. I'm not blind. I know how it looks. And like I said, I can't throw no disrespect towards Crep because it wouldn't make sense. A man's only tried to help me in my career.
So, but I'm pretty sure, maybe wrong again, on your latest project, there's a song with him on there, or is it a song that you've done previously and you just held on to it?
No, it's a song that with him on there that I done before I went to jail on my last stint.
Okay.
So it was a song that I had that we had done previously, yeah.
So with that, you just said, look, I'm going to release it with a...
Yeah, like I always send DMs to people. Like some rappers don't reply. I don't know if it's because I'm working off of a new Instagram page.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the Clue Ghost 1 page, Clue_Ghost 1 page.
Yeah.
That's my page, the Clue official page.
It's gone.
It's there, but I would have had to get that page back. I would have had to send passport pictures to places and do weird things that I said, bro, the internet's not that important to me to the point where, why are you not trying to get your page back? You got 10K followers or whatever. Bro, I just start a new page. Fresh page, I'm cool. But I would always send messages respectfully to artists like, yo, bro, just to give you the heads up, I'm releasing that song. Get back to me, let me know how you feel. If I don't hear back from you, okay, I'm not to say that, that gives me the entitlement to push it out. But bro, at the end of the day, I'm who I am before anything. And I don't say that to say like I'm somebody superior to these people, but I'm just saying that I am who I am. And we've done a song, I've reached out to you to tell you, yo, bro, I'm trying to put it out. I'm sure you could have maybe seen it and told me, no, don't put it out, or whatever it is, but I never got neither, so I put it out.
And how does the splits work then? Would you still kind of send me emails split, or because no one's responded well until you respond, there's no splits?
I think the way I do spot, I'm on TuneCore.
Yeah.
You need people's emails, don't you?
Yeah.
So I put people's, like, I only take 50%.
Yeah.
So obviously, if I've got that particular song, I think was a Fanatic song.
Yeah.
So we split everything equally. So
Yeah.
the percentage that I'm taking is just my percentage. I'm not taking next man's percentage. I'm not taking the producer's percentage there. If it's 33% each or something like that, it works out to be 33 point something. I'm just taking my 33.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's it. I'm not in this thing to take people's money or try and out-scam people. I don't need to do that. I don't do that. And those that know me know how I move.
Does it ever get disheartening when you kind of reach out to someone and they just air it? And funny enough, why I say that is, I remember that there's a prominent rapper, right? A big rapper in the UK, and he wanted to do a feature with someone, right? And he's asked me to ask them, do you think people still had that fear of rejection? And say, well, I didn't ask technically because Bobby asked on my behalf. Because I was thinking, so why didn't you just reach out to him? They're like, yeah, sometimes people move. Well, I would say if you don't shoot, you don't score. Is that a pause? Is that a why? That's not a why. If you don't shoot, you don't score, right? Yeah. So is that a thing that where you feel that your ego might? Well, I reached out to this person, they didn't respond. Does that affect your ego, or you just think maybe they didn't see it? Cause I don't think, right? Tricky once told me this, right? Cause I remember when I was speaking to Tricky one time, and I was saying, oh yeah, no. This I had maybe 2,000, 3,000 followers at that time. I think when I done my football tournament at the time, right? So I'd be reaching out to people, and like I say, oh yeah, I don't think they might have saw it. Tricky said, no, Bobby, everyone sees everything. Don't let them lie to you. Everyone sees everything. But I hear it now a little bit more because when I'm inundated with messages, now that I got so many K followers now, right?
Yeah.
I kind of see everything, but also sometimes you can't be bothered to go through your requests because there might be so many requests. But I think more or less, if you want to see something, you'll see it. Am I making sense?
You're making a lot of sense. And sometimes, yes, I've always had an ego. Let's clear that up. Like, I've always had an ego. I've always had an immaturity issue. I've always tried to be me at the same time. So I feel like I've had to let ego and all that as I've got older, push that to the left.
Yeah.
Because it's not healthy. But I say that to say, if I just believe when I DM somebody a message, music related, I can understand if you don't see it and you got a lot of followers. I don't know. I don't think too far above. Oh, did he see it? Did he not see it? I just believe I've DM'd you. When I get message, obviously I don't have a 5% of these people's followers, so it might be way different. Hence why I can't really speak on it. But I see if someone sends me like a request, I might see it a day later, two, whatever it is, but I'll see it. When I send a message to people and it doesn't even say seen or whatever it is, I just take it down to you either haven't seen it or you choose not to look at it. You see my name and maybe you just choose not to look at it. Like you don't want no association, you don't maybe care what I'm even asking. And that's cool because I get it. I feel like everyone's entitled to, if they don't like someone, they don't like someone. You've got your reasons. For me, I just believe the people that you're kind of mentioning, I don't feel like, yes, like going back to gigs, me and Gigs, we spoke, we used to have subliminals. I used to send subliminals for Gigs. Gigs said he used to do the same. But that was when we was having a conversation, we would laugh about it and be like, yeah, come on, but we look past it like, all right, cool. Like, it's music, it's rap. I always believed, Bobby, yeah, if you're a rapper and you're doing well, or you're good even, forget you're doing well, you're a good rapper, that I might say, yo, he's cold. I want to challenge you, bro. I want to tell you that I'm better than you. And I might do it in a silly way where people might be like, nah, man, my man's being rude and arrogant. All right, I might be, but it's in a respectfulest way, that as crazy as that sounds. I'm
It's the
basically
art of
letting you know that I
competition.
respect your talent and your pen, but you're not better than me. Because the reality is, bro, so many people are better than so many people. How do we even prove who's better than who? I might be better than Joe Blogs, for example, yeah? Not Joe Black, before people start talking. Joe Blogs, or whoever he is down the road. He might put a 16 down that's better than my 16. Does that now mean he's better than me?
I don't think you can ever
So
say
I used
who's
to
better,
be,
yeah.
sorry to cut you, I used to be someone that was always like, I'm the best. What? Man can't chat to me. Yo, I'm cold. And when I started deepening it and realizing, I was just like, it just means that day I put down a good verse, maybe better than the next man. But that doesn't mean I'm better than him.
Yeah.
He's had this is someone that's had a career, some hits after hits. So yes, it takes age for these thoughts to maybe find you. But the reality is, like, for me, music's just always been competition, bro. It's never been personal disrespect, bro. I've never dissed no one's mum. I've never dissed no one's dead siblings or dead friends. It's always been within some type of boundary of it's music. And yeah, I understand. I want to not offend you, but I want you to be rattled, innit? Like, say something back. Let's make this thing interesting. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, it's fake. Let's have some, because, bro, we can do whatever you want to do. I'm outside in the sense of, I've always been outside, bro. And I don't say that to glorify me being outside. I've seen so many rappers face to face. I've seen so many people face to face. And it could have been whatever it could have been. And if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But I'm outside. So when I bump into these people, we always have cool conversations. You good? Yeah, buddy, good. Issue? No, of course not. All right, cool. It's music, bro. It's competition, bro. So
And I guess on that same
Yeah.
album as well, no, I don't know, was it that same album or is it there's another tune that I think, or is it when you're doing a diss with Vic and Joe Black? We'll get into that as well. But you had a few lines for Gets.
Yeah, so all right, okay. So Gets is someone that salute Gets. Yeah, amazing career, amazing pen. And this is what I'm trying to say about how people can perceive things. The line I said about Gets, I say about Gets like I'm actually listening, but I think I referenced what do I say? Hey, what do I say? Can't remember what the line is, but what I'm basically trying to imply is Gets reached out one time. I went and done a verse for him. I think it was for his album or something, a project he was doing. Me and Prophet went over there. You can vouch for that. Gets is cool. Went there, good session, music session, pause, car. There's a lot of audience. The audience, I know you got a young audience, but put in some works. That even sounds, but yeah, that even sounds madder than that, you know. But Gets is an elite rapper, grime MC, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, some good music got done. And I never heard the song again. I bumped into Gets, and he can vouch for this, at the Barbers one time. I think I was on a ban. He even dropped me back to the ends after. He can vouch for this, like I said. And we chopped it up on a thing of like, yo. And again, I don't know there to be no issue with Gets. Why, how can there be? Why would there be? So I think in the verse that I referenced Gets, it's more about, I can't hear from you again. I'm a type of person, if I do a song with somebody, right? How can I, if you reach out to me, how could I not reach back or act like I don't even know you exist, but I've brought you to my studio. We've worked on music. And that's what I feel like Gets has done. Maybe intentionally, maybe not. I might be reading it crazy. I know he's a busy person, but all I'm saying in life is I've forwarded to your studio, we've worked on music, and I've never heard from you again. I don't know what that means. And I'm not going to look too far into it, but
Could it be, now I may be
yeah.
wrong here, could it be that the song wasn't as great as you wanted it?
Could be. It could be that I didn't do nothing, but from what I can remember, and Prophet can vouch, I spazzed on my verse, bro.
Are you saying that maybe because your verse was
I don't know if my
colder?
verse was better than his. And again, this is Gets. I'm not trying to downplay Gets' pen people. You understand? Gets is elite. I'm just saying, I don't know what happened to the song. Maybe he did listen to it and say, nah, my man's kind of rubbish. Cool. You could still let me know, like maybe,
So he's never spoken to you about it?
nah. And again,
What, I mean, you
he's
said he
not
dropped you,
entitled to it.
he dropped you to the, from the
Bro, I've
barbers.
seen him since at the Barbers.
So when
I
you
was on a
spoke to him,
ban.
when you spoke
Which
to him
way
at that
you
point?
going, bro? I said, I'm going Junction Way. Drop me in Row if you're going that way. Yeah, I'm going down the A3. Boom. Yep. In the car, vibing. He's playing me new material. Yeah. I think it was him and an RA tune, if I'm not mistaken. Cold. I'm saying this is cold. So as far as I'm aware, why would there be an issue with Gets? There can't be.
So
How?
when you asked him about the song in the car, like, when's it coming out? Did you say like, yeah, it's still gonna come
Bro,
out?
I can't even remember if we spoke about the song, because I'm somebody, like I said, I just want to make sure I'll be cool. Forget the song. Yo, we're good. Like, we're good, right? We ain't got no issue. And if a man's, no, what do you mean? No, I thought that, but you get what I'm trying to say? I don't really hear from man. I'm not supposed to. But this is music. It's a small market of people, right? They're the elite rappers. I get it.
Yeah.
But let's not, I don't want to upscale myself because I'm not trying to do that. But I do believe I'm on some kind of level.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you want to put it, whether it's down here, mids. So, I'm just saying, like,
Do you think certain
respect is
affiliations?
respect.
Do you think certain affiliations might affect kind of your prospect? Do you believe in gatekeepers in the UK? Do you believe there's people that might be blackballing? Do you think that happens? Because I always say now in the world that we live in terms of the internet and so on, and now you can go direct to consumer yourself.
Yeah.
Can anybody really blackball you, or can they still to an extent blackball you because they won't allow you on certain playlists, for example, or they might not? So I don't know. What do you think in regard to blacklisting and in regards to yourself?
I kind of feel similar to your thoughts. Like, I do feel like with the way music is done nowadays, straight to consumer, if that's what you want to call it, I don't think they can block you because a good song what people can't deny is a good song. Someone puts out a good song. All it depends on now is, can it find the right traction to go where it needs to go? But I do also, the flip side to that coin is, I do believe if, for example, myself and a rapper who's doing very well for himself, maybe, who knows all the artists, has good rapport with all the artists, knows all the executives, knows all the DJs, knows all the promoters, but I'm not cool with him for whatever reason. Like I said, I don't know myself to have no problems with no rappers, but let's just say I do, or he believes that. Surely all it would take him, if my name was to be brought up in a sense of, oh, we've heard of maybe this guy, or we're thinking about booking this guy, what do you think? All it takes, if that person, correct me if I'm wrong, people, if that person was to turn around and say, oh, no, I'm not sure what it is with that person, I'm not, kind of skeptical, so no, I wouldn't even touch that. Or yeah, leave that one alone. Or it's him or me, book him or me. Wouldn't the top tier artist, or the artist who's doing very well, wouldn't you as a promoter or you as a DJ or someone that's got a rapport with this person be inclined to say, all right, cool, I'll leave that alone then? Just a question.
So
I believe so.
I see something that you posted. I think was a GRM gala. I think it was, and
Bro.
you said something about, if you don't get along with certain people in these pictures,
Yeah.
just forget about doing music anymore.
And do you know what it is? I do believe, because I do believe that, bro. I do believe that if if artists are in a better position than you and have better rapport, listen to the words that I'm saying. If they have better rapport with the scene than you, and you maybe have an issue with that person, if they decide to tell their audience or people, whether they be execs, DJs, like the list I just gave you, I'm not really cool with that person, you know. I don't really want to be in the same room or the same arena as that person, you know. The promoter's not going to book the person in question. Common sense tells me that. So yes, I do believe that if you have an issue with top tier rappers or something, you're going to struggle. You're going to find it difficult, bro. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you keep putting out good music, and a good song can get you through the door, but you're going to struggle. Remember, why is it, like I said, let's talk about GRM Gala. Shout out Posty. Like, I believe me and Posty to be cool. Yeah, they've always supported my music on GRM. But I came out of jail and I did a legacy freestyle. Correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there a legacy event? There was a GRM legacy event, right?
I'm not sure if you know more than me, I guess. I don't know.
I believe if you was to check it up, you would see there was a legacy event.
Yeah.
I did a legacy freestyle.
You wasn't invited?
I didn't get no invite. So I don't know what that means, bro. But I know I'm slow, but I don't think I'm that slow, if you get what I'm saying. So clearly.
Have you ever kind of reached out and said, yo, where's my invite? Or you don't want to do that?
Nah, because I think that's, what is that? That's doing too much.
Yeah, I know my mum's always told me,
When people
never
show
ask
you
for
who
an
they
invite.
are, believe them, is a saying I've always heard my brothers say. And I understand that saying. Because people by their actions will show you what they mean.
Yeah.
Crep, look, you spoke on Crep, you spoke on Gigs, you spoke on all these people. Their actions let me know what they're saying. And I'm not like offended by it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I understand it a little. Maybe I understand it a little, but maybe I believe they've got the wrong end of the stick. Pause for that. Mad for that. But yeah. So again, for every action, there's a reaction, right? That's all I would say.
I mean, let's talk a bit about the last project you had, Clued Up.
Clued Up, bro, yeah.
So I remember that, like I said, sometimes you don't need kind of a co-sign or someone. You guys kind of created the buzz around it. You, Vic, and Joe Black created a moment for the internet, which I kind of jumped in a little bit in there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, how did that come about? Because that was a great moment for us this year.
Do you know what it was? All right, cool. This is crazy because I feel like, I wouldn't say I felt like it was healthy and authentic, yeah? Until I saw Vic on the gram talking about, nah, man, we've all orchestrated this. But I get what he means, because there was a part of it, once he had said that and whatever, there was a part of it where it was like, all right, well, what we doing here, innit? Because we are cool. Vic's cool. Blacks is my brother. There's no issue, innit? So it's like, what we doing here, lads? Like, what's going on? What is it? Is it a bars thing? Is it skill thing? Or do you think you're better than man? Because we can do that and prove and see. So that's what I would say transpired, and that's how it kind of went. But it kind of ended up.
Because you started Vic. I think Vic done the video saying that he was the best. And
I think
you done a tune, or no one could talk to him.
I think we was all talking was, talking silly stuff. What happened?
If memory serves me right, Vic said that all the rappers of his generation are lazy, or they're not on it. They can't go bar for bar for him now.
Bar.
And then I think you done a tune.
Then I kind of said, I think I made a statement to say that's crazy from you. You shouldn't even be saying that. And then I think when I was in the studio, me and Blacks were in the studio working on some music. We done the Meek Mill Rick Ross instrumental. And I think I said, no, I didn't even say that on that, did I? Blacks went off. And that caught Vic's attention, obviously, when he heard it. And then Vic's and Blacks ended up. I think I sent a shot at Vic. Yeah. But what I do believe is Vic knows what time it is with me. And that's not me not saying, because Blacks that's my brother. That's a goat of ours. But yeah, Vic, and it makes sense, to be fair. I'm aware that it makes sense to go at Blacks. Why? Blacks is a goat of ours. Yeah. That makes more sense publicly, like, go for Blacks.
I think that whole beef done good for everyone, but I think Vic came out on top, not because he beat Joe. I don't believe he beat Joe, but everyone was like, raw. Yeah. Vic can really spit.
I love that, bro. Salute Vic. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, remember, like, people are always going to want the underdog, regardless, bro. If the underdog does well, he's won the fight.
At one point, I was thinking that when I heard someone, I'm like, Joe can't come back from this. I messaged Joe like, and then Vic got onto me. I said, Joe, come to the studio. Come to the
Yeah,
studio.
I remember. But
So,
Blacks is like I said, bro. Blacks is one of our goats. I think that was good for the scene.
Yeah.
When I say good for the scene, it was just good to see, man. And I'm not saying we need more of that because I do believe in authentic and I like it when I hear that it could be a real passer, but it's on music now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to involve
I mean, yeah,
madnesses
on
and
a
that. You get
competitive
me?
level, and I guess egos plays a part. I think there's an Instagram live where it got a little bit touchy sometimes, and I
Yeah.
guess that's just men's ego. But I think if it's always on a competitive level
Yes,
where
bro.
you can rap,
Yes,
be a
bro.
little bit disrespectful, but not, like I said, don't speak on any
Bro.
dead peoples and mums and stuff like that, then say what you like, kind of thing. So
Exactly.
we've had it in the
Exactly.
past in the grime scene and things like that as well. So
They
I think it
took
was
the most
healthy.
in that scene.
Yeah.
And that's why I salute all the grime MCs, bro. Like, and the fact that they've rebirthed it, I feel like lately. Salute them all, bro.
Do you think
Because
it's actually gonna make a proper comeback, or do you think just like, you know what, it's having this moment because of, is it DJ Ags, DJ?
yeah, and even salute him,
Yeah,
bro.
nah, big him up, big
Big
him up.
him up, bro. But I just think that scene never died. I don't think grime can die because grime was always a culture of the UK.
I see a young youth the other day, but he looked like he's a teenager, looked like he's in school, a kid called RB, jumping on grime. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe a new education for some of the young, because I'm hearing drill
Yeah.
is coming to its end now.
So they
But
say.
who do you think kind of picks, because anyone can make a genre hot, right? Do you think they sit down as a corporation or music corporation? Okay, cool. All right, let's kill Afro beats now. All the DJs play drill from now because not Afrobeat, Afro swing died quickly because that was the main thing in 2017, 18.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, no more radio play. Do you think that the corporations decide and pick what we're gonna bring? Because now that everyone's talking about drill's dying, are they purposely now not playing drill music no more and going for other music?
I would hope not. I would hope not because I don't even my brain doesn't even stretch that far. I hope people wouldn't be doing that because I just feel genres are supposed to have their time, then go away, recycle, forward back. Bro, look at all the clothing brands we used to wear old school. Rebrand, forward back.
Favorites,
Whatever brand you want to talk of, bro. Like feelers, when everyone started wearing feelers again, Reeboks, bro. What? I didn't think we was touching these things again. So everything has its time and then recycles back. So I just think with the genres, it's the same thing. You have your time. People get, not that they get bored of it, but okay, then what's next? Everybody likes to know what's next. Clothing, music, whatever it is. Gal, even who's next? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like this one is doing my heading. What's next? That's just the life we live in. I feel like so. I just think and the more people do feature with each other, the more that genre can grow and do better and thrive. But I just think everything's got its time.
I mean, you set up nicely for my next question about what's next. So I see you on the gram the other day.
Yeah.
You posted, I think you went to JD, a young man's approach, you say, well, why are you in a suit? He said, well, I'm a working man now. And I reposted and I got a lot of traction, you got a lot of good feedback from that as well.
Yeah, I did that.
Why do you think that rappers per se who are making music or reach a certain height are afraid to say, you know what, okay, it's not really worked out now. I'm gonna go back to the drawing frame and just go and get a regular 9 to 5. Do you think there's a stigma around that?
All right, cool. So the words you just used, I would like to say I don't fall in that category and I don't look down on anybody that feels that that's what they have to then go and do. I'm just a realist in my world that I live in to the point where I've been immature all my life. I've done so much wrong all my life. At one point, I've got to get things right. I have a daughter. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And not only do I have a daughter, but my daughter's autistic. You get what I'm trying to say? She has her needs. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's my heartbeat. So the way I love my people is, especially my family, is different, innit? Like we all do. We've all got our families that we love. So I say that to say, like, when reality hits you, what's next? So for me, if we're gonna talk about me, obviously, because I'm in the chair, music was always a hobby, bro. It was always a passion of mine. If music can't pay me enough to just treat it as a job, okay, at some point, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for work. Because the streets, I've been outside since 13, as I was telling you earlier, with trees and all sorts of substances. Now I could carry that on, which would only lead me back to the place that I've been going. I've spent 10 years of my life in.
Coming
I
away
don't
from
really
your
want that
daughter
no
again.
more for my daughter who needs me. And I don't just say she needs me like, oh, she needs, no, but my daughter needs me, bro. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? She's the focal point. She's my everything. So for me, if I can't go back to the can, which doesn't mean, by the way, because I say that to say a violation is a violation, disrespect is disrespect. Things have to be addressed, things have to be handled. We won't, you know what I'm trying to say less. But in a working sense and in a legitimate sense of me trying not to go back to the can, how do I better myself and my family? Well, the way I do that is by what am I good at? And thankfully for me, I enrolled in courses that are, you know, entrepreneurial courses that I did well in business. You know what I'm saying? I got my A levels and stuff. And then I managed to find a link to a workplace, which led me to A to B to C, which led me to a full-time role in something, which is salary-based, good salary as well. It's not minimum wage. So for me, I feel like this is like a, wow, I don't know if it's a second chance, but it's like, whoa, like, someone like me ain't supposed to get this kind of salary and do this type of work. Like, so I gripped it with both hands. So it
And you
leads me
relate
to
to
my
that
point. It
heavy.
leads me to my point of don't let ego get in your way or people's opinions get in your way of what you've got to do. And don't look at it as a failure. What are you supposed to do, bro? Flip 36 for the rest of your life and go in and out, in and out, in and out to look cool. Or go and do something that your family can look at you and say, we're proud of. Because that's all my mother tells me. Let's have it right. Like, man's mum's getting older, bro. For her to wake up and say, I'm proud of you or whatever it is and send me certain messages, like, I've never heard those words from my mother in my life. So I
Big up,
cherish
mums,
that,
man.
bro. So for me, I couldn't care who may say, oh, my man went and got a job now. What did you want me to do then? Because music doesn't pay me enough to make it a job. So I would say to anybody listening, should be the same for you. What's next? Don't be bothered about what people say. Just ask yourself, what's next? And whatever that is, bro, if you got to work here or work there to make it happen, bro, because you don't want to go back because you're trying to provide for your family, then do that, bro. Thankfully for me, like I said, I was in the streets from a young age. You know what I'm saying? I say I don't live in my area. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear it.
Things was put in place where we did what we were supposed to do by the book. Because in the streets, let's have it right. You're supposed to get your money, get your house, and get out, right? All right then.
Mission completed.
All right then.
Okay. So, I mean, how does it feel now? Like, having to wake up in the morning and maybe also do the school run if you do, and then also going to work, like putting on a suit and being in that environment of work, seeing other people, colleagues. You got Phil and
Yeah.
Janice over
Hey,
there.
listen, they call them, what do they call it? I got the work wife. You know about the work
Yeah.
wife? The older woman, the mature woman, yeah? Shout her out still. But the funny thing for me is that they haven't got a clue about, you know, the person I may be that you know me for. And that's what I love. You get it? And it feels good, bro. I wake up every morning feeling inspired and feeling like I'm grateful for the opportunity I've got.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm proud of it. I definitely don't look at it as failure. And I'm just happy, bro. Like I said, like I've still got my brothers that are in the hood, and it's still the same love. It's still the same. You get what I'm trying to say? Nothing doesn't change other than the day-to-day stuff of what I do for my personal self. But I'm still trying to influence people from the hood to like maybe see a way out in a sense of what are you doing? Like what's next? Again, what's next, bro? We can't, like I said, I had no guidance, bro. I had no one telling me nothing from a young age. I had to figure it out myself. So I figured it out maybe finally at this late age, you get what I'm saying? But I just tell the younger person, yo, just figure it out, bro. Like I get it, everybody wants to be Scarface, everybody wants to be all these people, but we've seen how these people, how it ends. So figure it out, what's next? How are you gonna live legitimately?
And just on that, what's next? Obviously, you've been in the studio today, you're making music again.
Yeah.
Before going to what you got coming up,
Yeah.
what about in terms of the young people in your area now? Do you kind of check for them, see who's next? Would you ever go into music management? Because I've gone into music management. It's a bloody headache, mate. It takes a lot of money,
Yeah, I
a lot
see
of
you're doing.
time and
Nah, man,
dedication.
you're doing well, bro.
We
Like, big
try,
you up
man.
first and foremost. For, number one for this platform you brought me on today, but number two for all the work I
Appreciate it.
see you doing, football related, everything, bro. Salute you, bro. You
No,
got what I'm
thank
trying to
you,
say?
man.
You're gonna
Thank you.
be where you're supposed to be due to this hard work you're putting in. So, but for me, I can only reach out to people that I believe have a respect for me.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to people that don't have a respect for me. It doesn't make sense. It's just falling on deaf ears. So if I feel like people's got a respect for me and want to understand maybe my input or what my thoughts are. I talk to man all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, Reaps is out here. He's back on his music. You get what I'm trying to say? Any help bro needs from me, I'm here for him. He knows that. So if that's the way of saying that, do I talk to the younger generation? Then of course, like definitely.
Would you ever get into management yourself though?
I don't know about because bro, management. I don't think I can manage myself. Like I told you earlier, bro. You can't make this up, bro. I just do. I move how I move, and I don't. And it's not always right. I understand that. I really do understand that. I put my hand up for all my accountabilities, but I am who I am. I can't help it.
I hear it. I hear it. So let's talk about the project you've got coming up. You know, earlier on you mentioned you got a song for your daughter, is it Myla?
Myla, yeah,
Myla, big up
Myla,
Myla.
yeah.
How old is she?
She's 7 now.
Okay, my daughter just turned 6 as well.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what it is about girls, they're your best friends.
Come on,
I don't know,
man.
maybe 'cause I've never had a son. I don't know, I've got 2 girls. I've got my eldest is 16 and my youngest is 6.
Come
But
on,
like,
man.
they're like your best friends.
Come on,
Is
man.
that how you feel about Myla?
Myla's like she's special, man. Like I said, my daughter was born premature, like 12 weeks.
Okay.
Incubators. You know, seen a side that I didn't think or wasn't expected to see. I praise her mother every day for the strength that she has every day to look after our daughter and stuff. And it's more about understanding like any child that's autistic or has their needs, like what it takes to be strong for that child. I salute you, and keep on being strong on your journey because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But I love my daughter to bits. It's different when your child's autistic. You know, you'll go through different phases where me for example, like it's hard for me and my daughter to have like as you would say, a normal conversation where sentences are just flowing. You have to kind of understand who she is as a person, and you might have to slow your speech down. You might have to like use your words carefully. You might not get no answers, but as long as my daughter's happy, smiling, and she's got what she needs, that's all we can do. So as parents, I just want to salute all the parents that have special needs children, autistic children, ADHD, right down the spectrum. Salute, like you're incredible people, and yeah, just keep up the good work. But yeah, Myla, she's special, man. Made a song for her, more for, well, I say it's for her. It kind of for her to maybe one day grow up and listen back. Bro, we don't know how this thing goes. I don't know when she gets to, however she gets to, whether the song's still on YouTube or if it's gone or if it's on Spotify or if it's not. I don't know, but I made it with the intent of, if I'm not around, it's something you can just listen to and take some pointers from. That's kind of what it is.
No, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. And is it part of a project that's coming?
Yeah. I've got a project called Tenacious. I'm sure people that know what Tenacious means knows what Tenacious means, but next year, I think 2025 at some point. But yeah, we'll be dropping some freestyles on some bits and bobs, but then
Any features we can look out for?
features, Bobby.
I mean, we spoke
The
about
game don't want to feature with Clue, bro. There's something wrong I don't know what's going on in the world. Yeah, we all need to sort it out. But nah, I've been speaking to rappers. The crazy thing is, like, I talk to a lot of the top tier rappers in the DMs and stuff, and we have back and forths. And I don't know if that's for them their way of. I don't want to be negative and think that's just their way of, like powering off a man, like talking in the DM, but saying that it's going to transpire. I wouldn't personally waste energy on that. I'd rather just tell you, not really, bro. And you just
So
keep
is it more like, oh yeah, we'll see how things
Bro,
go?
I talk to rappers like, yo, we going to get some work? What you saying, bro? You want to get some work? Yeah, come on, bro, let's get it. Or in time, I'm just working on this. No problem. When you're ready, I'm here. Because I'm looking at it from a point of, I believe I'm a good rapper. I don't have the clout that all you rappers have, or maybe all these younger generation kids have, because for obvious reasons, I'm a grown man. I'm not, I'm trying to say, I'm not out in the streets every day doing left. We just spoke about what I do Monday to Friday. Do you get what I'm saying? So I understand it comes with the territory, but I'm still a rapper and I'm still me. I've still lived a life that probably a lot of people haven't. I've still lived a life, not, bro, we're talking about without glorifying it, like, not a lot of these rappers have run wings, bro, and had SOs in their cell doing a mazzoline and seen half a ticket from the can. And do you get what I'm trying to say, bro? It takes a required skill and a certain person, bro. So let's respect that person, please, people. And less is more. But yeah, hopefully get some features on the project.
Nah, here, but any last words for today?
Thank you for having me. Keep on your journey. To all the rappers, I don't know if we've got an issue. If we have, I'm not aware of it. Crep, big you up, my boy. Gigs, you already know what it is. I'm still better than you. Anybody else? Get you done now. Top tier. You're all top tier, but it's competition. Don't take it to heart. Don't be in your feelings, lads. Let's get some work done.
And that there was another Big Ego Media interview, and we're out.
Gone.